Let's talk about your party's presidential candidate, Bola Tinubu, who has promised to prioritize national security, economy, education, power, and agriculture if elected president. Why do you think he will be able to deliver on all of these promises?
I think it's simple. APC has the best candidate on the ballot for the presidential election come 2023. We are not asking for "I will do." We're asking for evidence. What have you done in the past? I'll take us through the various sectors, but I'll begin with women inclusion in politics. Nobody has been as bold as Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the political space. Number one, he fought for democracy when it was not in trend to fight and stand up for democracy. Number two, he fought very hard to see that women are included, not just in the back burner or somewhere in the middle, but right at the forefront. When it was not trendy for any governor to run with a deputy who is a female, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu took the bull by the horn and brought in a woman to run as his deputy, and he won that election. And after then, if you check throughout the West, it's been a trend, whether in Lagos or Ogun State, which has, of course, Ogun has a female deputy governor right now, or you go to other states in the West, even up to Ekiti, we just swore in a female as a deputy governor. This is showing, leading by example, right? Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu have always prioritize women in leadership positions. I'll go ahead to state that he was the first that started the trend of appointing a woman as head of service in Lagos. You can go and check the records. Beyond appointing a woman as head of service in Lagos, he actually gave employment opportunities to several women to come into the Lagos civil service. And that's why when you look at the permanent secretaries in Lagos today, which is 100% evident, you'll see that most of them are women, more than 50%. Going beyond that, he was able to appoint the head of the judiciary in Lagos as a woman. This was the first of its kind in a society where it was purely patriarchal. You see just men everywhere across board. Right? Moving away from women, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to Lagos at a point where Lagos had a lot of challenges. Security challenges, like you very well know. The economy was down. The IGR of Lagos was about 50 million naira in every month, of course. But today, as we speak, Lagos State is about the third economy in Africa, and it's in the next few years will become the #1 economy in Africa. So you're driving from 50 million naira to over 50 billion naira every single month. That's a huge departure from what the typical economist will tell you that it should be. I would leave the economic sector and step into the educational sector. Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, of course, like you know, he started the free education for basics. He went ahead to ensure that people write WAEC and NECO in Lagos State free of charge. And today is the trend. This is to provide at least the basic education for every child that is living, resident in Lagos State, who is using the public schools. Of course, you know that he's the king of religious tolerance. He is married to a wife who is a Christian, and he supported her even after he stepped out of public office to go to run for the Senate, and she's been a 3 times senator. He didn't say, "You look, you're my wife, sit in the house. You have no place being out there." contributing your own quota to nation development. No, that's not who Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu is. Beyond even, of course, the educational sector, he did a lot in the security aspect
with all
of the
of this,
state.
you have
Lagos
ruled out many citizens are disenchanted with this current administration, especially over insecurity and economy. Do you really think you will be able to convince them to vote for the APC again?
I think we need to be very critical when we are looking at the scorecard of the present administration. The present administration have done a lot of things to improve our whole situation as a country. Vis-a-vis the fact that this present administration has gone through a global pandemic that has affected every economy. I'm sure if you study even the UK and know how much it is for food items in the UK right now, what is the inflation rate, how much have things gone up by, and what is the economic situation in those countries, you understand that it's not a situation that is only for Nigeria. It's a global phenomenon that has affected even the best of economies around the entire world. And so you cannot entirely blame it on the country to say they have not fulfilled what they promised. This government has built on infrastructure. They have done a lot to contribute their quota to building the capital things, which will, of course, improve the economy over time. So this is kind of like the foundation that have been laid by the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. But now the point is for Nigeria, before this time, we had places in our country where we had flags of different sects saying that they are in charge of those places. We had incidents every other day before President Muhammadu Buhari took over as the president of Nigeria. Today, we've had less of that. There's no single territory in Nigeria that is taken over by whether it's Boko Haram or any other sector at all that have their flags flying anywhere. These are steps forward, and we believe strongly that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu that has been able to work in the economic sector, has been able to work in the security sector of Lagos State, which is bigger than several African countries. Remember, Lagos State has a huge population of over 20 million persons, right? If he has been able to do this in a mini country, he definitely will be able to do it in Nigeria. And so for us as Nigerians, we are saying hope is renewed. Hope is here. Prosperity is here. A man who has worked and built teams that have grown up to become great and mighty in Nigeria can do even more. He's given the young people a chance. He has given women a chance. And he's ready to even do more for women and young people. So there's really no reason to vote any other person.
But would you agree with me
Asiwaju
that
Bola Ahmed Tinubu?